So let's think about our lives as human beings. We are born in a human body as little kids, as babies, that we are basically dependent on other human beings, usually our parents. Let's talk about this idea, like we are growing up, and in the process of growing up, our parents are the know-it-all, the authorities, the ones that they know everything. They're our gods. We listen to them, or we don't, but still that there's this perspective that they have power and authority and they know a lot of things. And that's how human beings usually interpret their world around them. Growing up, we always think about the people that know better, more. They're older than us, they're more wise than us, and we tend to follow their wisdom, depending on what we think is the wisdom. There is a point in our lives, and that's this also the spiritual way of evolving, right? When we are, let's say, starting to know ourselves or wanting to know more of ourselves and create more awareness and healing in our lives and change in our lives, we usually hang on to people that seem to know more than us, right? To the authorities of the spiritual world, and we absorb their material, absorb their teachings, absorb what they're saying. And that's pretty good for that point in time that we are in. But there's a point in our spiritual evolution that we have to become adults. And this is when we have to become our own authorities, meaning not blindly following someone just because they seem to be an authority, not blindly believing someone just because they present themselves as someone who knows a lot of things or connects to a lot of souls or connects with spirit, with God or whatever. And create discernment, ask questions, make sure we know what we want in our lives, so we find the right sources of information for us, like creating our own intentions for ourselves. And then creating the system of discernment, inner discernment, to understand what is good for us and what is expansive and empowering instead of disempowering. There is a lot of disempowerment talking and teachings in the spiritual world. There's a lot. And it's important to understand that we are here to expand and empower ourselves. That's our journey in life. And we can choose to embark on this journey, or we can choose to not embark on this journey. This is a free will choice. Usually the people that work with me, they know that they want to expand. They know they want to empower themselves more. And in a sense, that's what I'm here to help people with, which means detachment from other people, detachment from other people's perspectives and teachings, being able to see the different perspectives, take what is important in, take what is empowering in, and move forward with it and see how that works in our lives. Discern of how that makes us operate in our lives and how this changes our perspective. In this point, it's important to cultivate our own intuition, because intuition means that I am able to understand if something is good for me or not, or if something is in good timing and synchronicity or not, and go with it and allow the flow to come in, allow the energy and the wisdom to come in. And intuition also helps us understand how something makes us feel, because again, the way that some teaching or some person can be showing us or showing themselves as can be amazing and loving and full of light. and cute and nice. But this doesn't mean that it helps us expand. Or a person could be showing themselves, or a person can be amazing and doing a lot of good things for humanity, but there's a part of their teaching that is like, not so good for us. This is where non-attachment comes in, because then we can take what is good, we can take what feels good, and let the other go. We're not attached to having to absorb and accept everything. And this is where our own self-empowerment, our own intuition comes in place. Because when something doesn't vibrate well with us, we can feel it, we can sense it, or we can hear, we can know that this is not the perspective that we want to hold for ourselves and the universe and humanity. A criteria, again, could be, does this empower me? You can ask this question. Does this help me empower myself? Does this make me feel like I'm shrinking or disempowered or victimized? Does this follow the universal laws of free will, of always expanding, of love and compassion, or does this fall into something else? Judgment, criticism, making us feel little and small. And also it's important to see how anyone basically treats other people too. People that maybe they don't have the same perspectives as them. So it's also good to discern how the people that we listen to are behaving to anyone else that is not in the same perspective and idea as them. I would say that the best ways to be able to discern is to ask ourselves if that's empowering, if that speaks to our values and our intentions about ourselves, or if this is disempowering, making us feel small, pity, or thinking that we don't have options, we don't have free will, or somebody has more power than us. And always know that it's okay. It's not like some people might think that it's a betrayal not to absorb somebody's teachings as our own all the time. It's not. It's life, and we don't have to agree with everyone, like with some people all the time about everything. It's okay. It's okay. This doesn't mean that we disregard them forever, that we don't like them anymore, that we judge them. We can say, yeah, that doesn't seem true to me, and that's okay.